All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Doobies and Lives podcast. It's your girl Paislee, and today I got DJ Nneka in the building.
Cool.
How you doing today?
Good.
Good. We're over here at Passions Cabaret. So,
Okay, what we talking about?
all right, let's get into it.
Okay.
So, who is DJ Nneka?
Okay, DJ Nneka. I'm originally from New Orleans. I moved out here maybe a couple of months before the storm, before Katrina,
Okay.
and I started off as a house DJ. Really, I used to DJ house music in the gay clubs, and then maybe
Oh,
a
that's
couple
my
of
type
years,
of scene.
Yeah, then I kind of reverted over to the strip club.
Okay.
I met my friend Chill, and that was the first club I worked at. It was called the Moulin. So ever since then, I just love DJing the strip club. It's way more money. It's fun.
So, how's your tips and everything?
Oh, good. I mean, like a strip club DJ can make anywhere between 500 to 1,000 a night, maybe even more, depending on the club itself, and, how fast paced it is. But it's a pretty great job because, believe it or not, a lot of regular DJs they're not even really making more than $300-400 a night. So the strip club is definitely where it's at when it comes down to
So you get the good tips?
Yeah, for sure.
So you get the tips on the tip out, and then do girls ever just tip you extra? Cause
Yeah.
You put them on the stage.
Yeah, that's what we like. Believe it or not, a lot of times the strip club DJs we don't necessarily get paid from the club. We might get like a small base pay. It might be $60 to $100, maybe $200 if you're lucky, and then everything else is off of tips. So it's like you really get paid off your personality also and your ability to make the dancers money.
Okay.
So it's a job within a job, but it just helps you build up your people person skills, and how you can relate to the dancers. So your tips really depend on you.
Okay.
If you're a bullshit DJ, you get bullshit tips.
So how do you get the dancers and know when to call who up or just?
Like normally when I go to a club, I kind of evaluate each dancer. I'll put them on for a warm up, so I kind of see who can dance, who can, who has energy, who doesn't. And in any club, we have like pivotal moments where when it's prime time, you want to definitely put the better dancers up, but also I've learned to also be fair and give new dancers a chance and kind of encourage them. It's different being a female DJ because I like to encourage my dancers versus talk shit about them, or degrade them, I really try to just give them the energy they need so they can just get through the day and keep going and come back.
Keep that confidence.
Yeah. The more comfortable I make them, the more they like me, the more I get paid.
Okay, so what sets you apart being like a female DJ versus the men in the club? Because I know that has to make some girls feel more comfortable.
I mean, this industry is very it's a very what's the word? It's dominated by males. A lot of things are, and even me, I have struggled sometimes getting to where I need to be or getting certain type of jobs because they'll look at me. Now, I don't know, I'm a female, but clearly I dress like how I dress, and and people like to judge me from what they see and not actually what I can do. So when they do hear me, they become super. It's like they're surprised, like, oh shit, like I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, But basically, just being a female DJ, it has a big effect on the dancers because it makes them, like you say, feel more comfortable, and I can relate to, now that I'm older. I used to be an asshole DJ, but now that I'm older, I realize it's all about energy, and I want the girls to feel my energy and give them positive energy so I can get that back. You know what I'm saying? So
What's an asshole DJ?
Like a DJ that might see a new dancer and they might talk about them on the mic or make them the butt of the jokes. Or, you got to imagine yourself being on stage and it's your first time dancing. When you have a DJ that's talking shit about you and making the club laugh at you, that's going to make you discouraged. You know what I mean? Versus, I don't care if I see a 600-pound dancer up there, I'm going to say, all right, I see you, and make them feel comfortable. So that way she can come back.
So how is it on the BBW nights?
The BBW nights are interesting. They kind of they almost give me the courage to try to go dance. I don't have no ass.
You gotta go up there and pop it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm shaped kind of funny, but then, I love the confidence. And people got to understand it's something out there for everybody. They actually have some men and women that actually like big beautiful women versus, and then they got some that like skinny girls. Like out here in Houston, the they got clubs that literally only want to hire girls that look like crack whores. They so super skinny and sketchy. Every club has a certain type of vibe. you know, and I just love to see the BBWs go out there with that confidence, and you know that nobody I don't body shame them, you know, and the people who are there to see them, they're well aware it's BBW night, so they get a lot of love, contrary to popular belief. So
Yeah, no, I feel like, especially like it being 2021, like it's way more love for the thicker
yeah, yeah.
BBW, bigger women.
Yeah, they have. If you go on porn sites, BBWs get more views than, you
Hmm.
know. Like I said, it's something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's out there. They got something. They have a club for everything.
So, what's the wildest you've seen being a strip club DJ? Customers or staff?
Oh, I've seen so much. I don't know. I've seen everything.
Tell us a story.
Oh, I don't know. These are not good stories.
Well, we want to hear.
I mean, it's just I've been in clubs where things have gotten really violent. You know,
Hmm.
I've you know it's crazy. It's I don't know.
Violent with the customers or the
Well,
girls or?
it's just that when you in the club, it's just like you know you have a lot of different groups of people and the different energies, and so
Hmm.
you know it could be very dangerous, but it can also be very fun. You know what I'm saying? So I've been to work at nights where somebody could have been turning up in the club, and I know them personally, and they walk outside and get killed. You know what I mean? Like shit like that happens. You know, and I had to learn as a DJ. My daddy always taught me like to watch the crowd, you know, and don't egg it on. They got some DJs that'll see some people kind of beefed up. I study body language so good. I have to learn how to study that. You know what I mean? Because you might see some dudes in the corner looking at some dudes across the way. So as a DJ, I'm not gonna play songs that's gonna make them
Oh, get
turn.
more
Yeah, I'm
turned
like, you know,
up.
I'm not gonna play Webby, what's happening, and stand up and fuck you and
Hmm.
because. You know, I used to be one of them type of DJs. I'm like, oh, I want to see these motherfuckers. Like, I know they
Hmm.
about to fight, but you just never know. Like, you might catch that bullet. So it's important to always diffuse things, and the DJ is really the most important person in the club because not only do we set the mood, but we really keep everybody safe. Because we,
Okay.
you know, we're in charge of if something goes down, we see everything, we have to call for security. You know, you can kind of pretty much predict stuff happening. You know what I mean? So it's good, it's bad that comes to good, good comes to bad. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
you know, the money part, I'm used to that. So the most craziest things is just, you know, seeing violent things. You know, it's a very dangerous lifestyle. You know,
Okay. What about the girls? Just overall, when you're not necessarily
but
here.
the craziest thing I saw was a girl fall off a pole. She was doing pole tricks, and she was pretty. I mean, the pole was pretty. It was about like
Bigger than this one?
yeah,
Taller?
it was tall. It was like maybe the second floor of an apartment
Okay.
type.
Dang.
You know, you walk upstairs, walk up another
Mm.
stairs, and she was upstairs hanging upside down, and she just whoop.
Was she okay?
Yeah, I mean, she's club still had to go in. You know, and that was one of the craziest things because you know, like in the strip clubs, you can't really like
Stop.
stop, nor do you want to necessarily call the police because then you bringing attention to your club. So it's
Hmm.
like, all right, you good, you good, you know, shake it off, you know,
Hmm.
and we just got to keep going, you know. But she
Okay.
was cool. She was cool. Yeah.
So, how do you pick a club that you want to be at? Like, how do you find, like, this is going to be my home? Or do you kind of, you just stay here or do you go
No, I
around?
mean I've worked at every club in Houston, and the unfortunate thing about Houston clubs is that a lot of them they don't stick around long. You know, a lot of them the
Why?
longevity.
Why do you think that
Well, because
is?
there's a lot of hate in the industry, so it's like you might have a new club open and it's always like it's so many competitors and so many haters, and before you know it they'll start like trying to call the police on the club, and you know, and then eventually the club just gets too much heat to it and then it just fizzles out. You know, in Houston unfortunately it's a lot of hate, and it's a lot of like government things that go along to where you know you got to make sure. Like one thing I like about this club, it reminds me of another club I used to work at, like Onyx. Like Spidey has all his certifications, all his proper, you know, proper paperwork, and you
Hmm.
know, a lot of the clubs in Houston, you know, they were kind of underground. It's an underground thing, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's like you got to have all your ducks in order. You got to
Hmm.
make sure you pay taxes. You got to keep all that in order. Otherwise, you're only gonna have a 1 to 2 year run. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
a lot of clubs, man. I've worked at so many clubs, and they just fizzled out. You know, so I kind of let the clubs come find me. You know, I put in enough work to where, you know, my work ethic speaks for itself. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So, but I've never really wanted to work anywhere in particular because the grass is never green on the other side. You might see a club popping and they getting money, and you know I might be in a smaller club where it's not as fast paced, but it's more problems that come with those type of clubs. So me, I don't try to be number one. I just want to be consistent. I
Okay.
don't want to work at a number one club. I just want to work at a club where I'm gonna have a job and I have to look over my shoulders. And you know, because us DJs, we don't have 401ks in the game. Dancers
Yeah.
don't get full, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like if you sick, you know, like I want to work at a club that hey, if I got to take off, I'm not finna lose my job,
Mhm.
you know, because it's been plenty of times to where like, man, like I would be scared to miss work because you
Yeah.
don't work, you don't eat, you know.
Yeah, that's
Period.
hard.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is with all the stuff that I do as well.
Right, and it's just like, man, you gotta keep going. You gotta I learned how to save. Like quarantine taught me how to save. It's crazy because I've touched so much money, but like now I kind of understand it's just that time to start
Mhm.
saving your money and reinvesting and do something else. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
So, what do you want to do?
yeah.
What do you see yourself doing? Opening up anything? Or
Well, I like
starting?
hookahs. I had opened me a hookah lounge, but that goes back to the hate part. Like,
Okay, what
you
happened
know
with
what I mean? I
that?
had a great hookah lounge, and somebody started hating on me. You know what I'm saying? And they came in, boy, they wrote me $17,000 worth of tickets. You know what I mean? On some dry
Dang.
shit. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, whatever. You know, I don't have time for that type of shit. I don't have money like that to keep taking those L's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you write me a ticket for an
So,
extension
are you
cord.
from Houston?
No, I'm from New Orleans.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you did say that.
yeah,
So,
I'm
do
from
you
New
think
Orleans.
it's just like the hate? Because I find it that whether it's the rap industry or even the media world or whatever the case is, it's a lot of just like crabs in a bucket out here.
Yeah, Houston is is different to me. I mean, I don't like it, but I make money out here. Versus in New Orleans, you know, we just cut from a different cloth. We'll give you the shirt off our back. You
Mm.
know what I mean? Because the things they value out here, we don't necessarily value, and the things they get away with out here, you couldn't get away with that in Louisiana. You know, it's a lot of. It's just they petty out here. I don't know. They don't understand that in order to be a boss, you have to create more bosses. You shouldn't be intimidated. Like when I first came out here, I kind of had picked up that Houston attitude to where if I see another DJ, I wouldn't even speak. I'd be kind of shady, but it's like then I had to revert back to my natural self and
Mm.
understand that if you're secure with who you are, it doesn't matter. It could be 10 other people doing podcasts as long as you focus on your
Mm.
podcast, stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing I try to get across to people, because I'm a content creator as
Mm-hmm.
well, is that cross promotion is everything.
Facts.
So you and another DJ linking up, doing something
Right,
together,
you
working
just
and collabing, like
right, you know,
that shit helps both of y'all's brands
man. And
grow.
believe it or not, I put so many DJs on, and you know, I don't necessarily look for them to put me on, but
Hmm.
you know, it's a lot of DJs out here that owe me a thank you, and they might have forgot, you know, things that I've done
Yeah,
for them, you know, but I don't trip off of that, you know. I just as long as you know,
you gonna get your
yeah,
good
yeah,
karma.
you know what I mean, like, and it's just sad that out here they wait till you die to say all the good things somebody done for you. You know,
Yeah.
give somebody their roses while they're on earth. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And appreciate them while they're here. And don't forget where you come from, because you just never know, you know, where you might blow or what something I might be on your, you know, on your show. Somebody might see this, you know, and I'll never forget you and giving me this opportunity, you know. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure. Well, thank
yeah,
you for coming on here. I
for
appreciate
sure.
that. I think you. I know I have more DJs, but
Yeah,
they were like rappers. But I never had just a DJ on my show.
yeah,
So thank you for coming.
yeah. I appreciate
First
that.
female DJ.
Yeah, the
Well, we're
best.
gonna be tapping into you and checking out you on the mic and stuff. We're gonna stay
Yeah,
here for a while and
cool.
have some fun.
All right, man.
All right.
We out.